Hi crafty friends, Melissa Minor here, and I'm really excited to be sharing another scrapbook layout with you. On my desk in front of me, I have the Color Rush Studio monthly acrylic kit subscription. This is their August subscription, and here's one that says Shine Bright. We've got Braveheart, Golden Girl, Pure Gold. There's some hearts, and they are so pretty. We've got the gold color, the silver, and then this bright sparkly pink. And then some of them, they have this protective coating on them. So to remove the protective coating, if you have nails like I do, I like to use one of my pick up and place tools, and I just poke it into the little protective coating, and then you can just peel it off easily. Once you get a hold of it, struggling with this one a bit, but there we go. And then that protective coating just protects it. So that's so pretty. All right. And then also I'm using this gorgeous frazzle and ribbon from Color Rush Studio. Now on their website, they have several different options that you can choose. You can always purchase these separately. And then I'm going to be using this paper as well. And this is their Bold and Basics 1 collection. I love a good black and white paper. So there's black and white on one side, and then another side, it looks like it has this colorful mixed media on it. And so I received 2 of each of these. So I'm just quickly flipping through here so you can see each of these designs. Now we're back at the beginning. So these are the 3 papers that I chose. I chose this black and white polka dot, some stripes, and then some stars. And I used one of my waffle flower tag dies and cut them out and placed some frazzle in there. Now these are the 3 pictures that I want to use today, and these are of my daughter Tatum, and she's kind of looking in a direction. She's looking to the left, so I want to place those so they're on the right hand side, so she's not looking away from the layout. I want her looking in. And then I want to use that Golden Girl acrylic title, and I think that that's perfect to describe her. So I looked up the title of Golden Girl, and it is a woman or girl who's very successful and well-liked. So that's perfect to describe her. All right, I want to create a little bit of mixed media on my background. So I'm using some Distress Oxide in the color Prize Ribbon. And I'm using this Vicky Bouton stencil, and this comes in like a 3-pack, and you'll see why in just a moment that I like this one. But I am putting this blue Distress Oxide ink on both the top and the bottom. I'm not really concerned with the center, so I'm just lining up where the white lines are on the stencil, and then I'm able to move it across the page. And like I said, I'm not worried about the center because that's going to be covered up by those tags that I cut out and also my photos. So I'm mainly concerned with the very top and bottom. So I'm going to quickly stencil this in, and I won't do all of this on camera. I will do some of it off camera, but I wanted you to see how easy it is to line up this stencil as you move it across the page. Okay, next I want to use some stamps, and I've got this one. This is from All and Create, and the title of it is House of Butterflies, number 573. So I'm spraying a little bit of water on my paper, and what that does is that just activates that Distress Oxide ink and leaves just a more distressed look to it. So I blotted that up with a paper towel, and now I'm doing my stamping. So I'm starting with the largest image that I want to use first, and I want this to look rather random. So I like to go kind of in a triangular pattern, and then I also like to have some of the stamps going off the page. So then I am going back in with this text stamp, and I'm kind of lining it up and overlapping some of it because remember, I want this to look like mixed media. And so I'm just taking turns picking different stamps off of the stamp sheet. These are all in that same set, and I'm stamping the images. So I love the way this is looking already. And then here's a larger image. I wasn't sure. I thought I was done. And then I'm like, you know what? I haven't used this stamp that came in the set. Why not? And so I'm adding this one as well. And it may look a little crazy to you at the moment, but we're going to make it all tie together in just a few moments. Okay, so I'm just filling in some of the gaps. And now I'm taking my edge distressing tool and I'm just going along the edges of this cardstock. Now this cardstock is watercolor cardstock and it is cut down to 11 by 11. Now I'm bringing in some texture paste. This is the grit texture paste. And then I also have a little bit of this Vicki Boutin acrylic white paint. And what that does is that just whitens up my texture paste. Sometimes when you put texture paste down, it doesn't look like it's bright white. And so if you add just a few drops of the acrylic white paint to it, then it'll really brighten it up. So this is another one of the Vicki Boutin stencils that I told you came in the 3-pack. And if you can see on here, it's the same design. So I'm able to line up where those white lines were and place the stencil directly over where I was before. And so I'm just putting this texture paste and paint mixture in a few of the areas to just kind of tone it down a little bit. I don't want it to look so matchy-matchy, and the black ink was, you know, it's quite bright. So I want to just kind of tone that down so that it looks like it's supposed to be there. And I think by adding this texture paste, it really looks like it's supposed to be there. And now it's looking like a gorgeous piece of mixed media background that I can build my layout on. So I like the way this looks. And I'm going to go in a few places and just remove a little bit where I got a little too much paste. I'll just take that up with my palette knife here. And then I'll take this over to the sink and clean this right away. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I love making gold splatters. And this Gold Digger Color Splash from Shimmerz Paints is the best. It is perfect. If you like gold splatters, this is perfect. And I highly recommend it. Also, when you shop on the Shimmerz Paints website, you can leave my name, Melissa Minor, in the comments section, and Shimmerz will send you a free gift. And you can add my name to any order that you place or every order, and you'll always get a free gift, and usually it's a little jar of paint. So I'm continuing here to make these splatters. Now you'll see I took the nozzle out. I don't like to spray it, I just splatter it. Now here's one of the pattern papers from Color Rush Studio that I pulled out of the paper pad. This is again from the Bold and Basics, and I cut this down to 11.5 by 11.5, and it's perfect to mat my distressed paper on. So I'm just using my glass mat here as just some extra weight to hold that all in place. And then off camera, I did mat that to a white 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock. So here are the tags that I cut out using that waffle flower die. And I'm adding some tacky glue here because you do need some wet adhesive anytime you're gluing onto a mixed media background. If you just use like a tape adhesive, that's not strong enough. It's not going to hold, it's just temporary. But this tacky glue holds items very well on a mixed media background. So I think these tags look gorgeous. I love the black and white patterns. And then you'll see at the top, I also added some of the frazzle and ribbon, and I chose to stay with the black and white. So these pieces of frazzle and ribbon here were included in the set that I shown earlier. And so I'm just gonna make a spot to hold my photos. I'm one that I like more than just one picture on a page. When I'm scrapbooking, it's usually not just one photo, it's usually multiple photos. And so adding these 3 large tags are a great way to make a background to hold your photos. Now these photos are 4 by 6, and then I matted them on some white cardstock, so 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So these look super cute. And again, the reason for my photos in this direction, I didn't want her looking away from the layout, and so by placing the photos where she's looking in, that just, I think, helps. And those are things to think about when you're putting your photos down on your scrapbook page. So I've got all 3 photos down now, and now I need to embellish the page. So you'll see I have the Golden Girl acrylic piece from Color Rush Studio down there in the lower left. I originally thought I wanted this to be in bottom, like the lower right, but when I glued my photo down, it's down just a little bit too far and it won't fit there. The flowers that I'm using are some flowers that I picked up when I was at Joann Fabrics. I don't recall the name. I've been on this blue kick lately and I've really wanted some blue flowers, so I think I've purchased blue flowers in a variety of brands. So anytime I'm out shopping at a craft store or online, I keep buying blue flowers. So I'm excited to put some of these blue flowers on a page because honestly I haven't used any yet. So this was perfect, and I think that there's the blue sky in the photo, and then I've got the black and white and the gold, and I just love all these colors together. So I'm building an embellishment cluster here, and here I did show the brand just real quick. I'm adding in a few more of the blue flowers, and then I'll get these glued down off camera. So I am making some final touches here and gluing these down. Now I do like to use this heavy gel mat when I glue them down. I think that that works better for gluing down the heavy flowers versus just a regular glue. So I thought I should just maybe give it a try. I'm going to use a little bit of my glue. This is the tacky glue. And then I'm also going to experiment a little bit with using that heavy gel mat as well. And just to see which one I like better. And I didn't think my glue held some things as well as the heavy gel mat, but that was just because I think I was gluing it onto where I had the texture paste. But so here you'll see I'm kind of off camera, but I am taking my paintbrush and I'm just painting on a little bit of that heavy gel just to hold this in place, and I think that that's working better. So the glue does work, but as another option, you could use the gel as well. And so I didn't get quite enough on this piece, so I'm going to add a little bit more. And I love the acrylics that Color Rush Studio has. They are so pretty. And this gold, it just really shines. I've been a member of their acrylic subscription for several months now, and I've really enjoyed using the pieces on my layouts. And so here we go. I'm going to use this paste to put a little bit of glue on my title. So we'll get this glued down and give that a little press. So pretty. So even though I didn't originally plan for my title to be in the lower left, I think I like this better than if it would have been in the right. So I've got my 3 embellishment clusters here. I have my upper left, and then I've got the lower right, and then I also have now this lower left section. Now to finish this off camera, I did add some journaling. I put "Blessed with the sweetest daughter who fills my heart with joy." And then I'm coming in with some glitter pops of color to just add a few dots. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. I will leave links to all the products that I used today down in the description box, and also to the Color Rush Studio website in case you're interested in purchasing any of their gorgeous products. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!